Hello and welcome to a short video to review the, I guess it's pronounced TESMEN, T-E-S-M-E-N, TESMEN AC voltage detector. And this is a review where they called me up and offered me the unit, and they sent me 3 of them actually, if I would do a review on my YouTube channel. And you guys know me, if I don't like something, I think it's a piece of junk, I'm going to speak up. In fact, I had a dash cam sent to me a couple months ago, and found out the only way I could use it was to download software directly from mainland China on my computer because it was a proprietary video format. And I contacted them and I said, "You're not getting a review." I said, "I don't do anything that I have to download software from mainland China to use." And the woman was kind of upset with me, and I said, "Well, if you want your unit back, send me a box, postage paid, and I'll send it back." They never did, and I've never heard from them, which is fine with me. But you guys saw me do the SG LED security light, and I'm still using that. I'm very happy with it. I've got a Tonar microphone that plugs in. It's a USB mic that I use occasionally for editing videos. That worked well. This TESMEN AC voltage detector came at an opportune moment. I've been doing some electrical work. The neighbor asked me if I'd take a look at some of her outlets. I'll be doing that. My sister needs some electrical work done. Now I've got AC non-contact testers. In fact, I've got a couple, or had a couple. I can't find them. I probably threw them away. They were this kind of form factor, but they had a metal belt clip or pocket clip that was the off and on switch. You had to hold it down to make the unit operate, and I was never comfortable sticking the thing inside an electrical panel and having a metal contact in my hand. Not to mention that those were unreliable. You touch a contact and sometimes it wouldn't sound right away, and then you touch it again and then it would tell you there was voltage there. Tossed them. I believe they're gone. I picked this one up a couple years ago at the local home improvement store. It works, but I'm in the air. What's it registering? I have no idea. It will go off if I bring it near a cable, but I don't trust it. It goes off all the time, and again, I'm hanging on to metal while I'm poking around inside an outlet box or a breaker panel. This and the 2 that I threw away use button cells, which really irks me. Now, let's be frank, it pisses me off. Saturday afternoon, the only thing open is a convenience store. They're not going to have the right button cell. Now, this unit came supplied with batteries. And not only did it come with batteries, it comes with Duracell AAAs. This to me is one of the biggest pluses you can get. Common, off-the-shelf, garden variety, convenience store batteries. Always available. No matter what time of day or night, you can get a set of AAAs somewhere. The unit is supposedly watertight and dust tight. It's got O-ring on the battery compartment, no exposed metal. Comes with a 3-year warranty. Comes with a low battery indicator. It's got when you turn it on, it has a if the battery's low, it's got an indicator. It's got a 5-minute auto shut off, so if you lay the thing down and forget about it, the batteries won't be dead when you come back. 2 voltage ranges. It defaults to the 12 volt 1000 volt range, and if you click this quickly, it's now 70 volts. It runs the sensitivity down, if you're not sure if you're picking up stray noise or something, you can set the sensitivity lower. When you're working inside of a breaker panel, half the time they're in the corner of someone's basement with no light, and now you got to try to hold a flashlight and operate, not this thing. It's got a flashlight built right into it, so you can go right in, see what you're looking at in the breaker panel. That to me is a nice feature. The bar graph. I got to mention the bar graph here. If I go into an outlet, this is the cold side or negative side. You see it's telling me the circuit's live, but I've got one bar on the graph. Now the display goes from green to red, plus the flashing red, plus the tone you can hear. If I go on the hot side, you see the bar graph go up. Neutral side, hot side. Now this thing is so sensitive or so accurate, I can take a standard 2-wire cord. I can tell you that's the hot side, that's the neutral side. There's only 3 bars in the graph. That's full scale. 3 bars in the graph, full scale. That's a nice feature. I was very impressed with that. I can go into a whole bundle of wires coming out of the panel, and I can go wire by wire, and if you think it's being too sensitive, again, you can set it to the 70 volt region and it won't go off until you're right on top of the hot wire. But it's reliable. Let me wander over and do that. Okay, and we got a whole bundle of wires coming out. I'm even going to turn on the flashlight. There we go. I got it on the 70 to 1000 volt range. I can tell that one's hot. Now I lose the ability to differentiate between the neutral and hot. Well, not really, because only the hot one will trigger it. But the adjoining wire won't set it off until I'm up against it. So I can tell individually, wire by wire, where that other one I had in the wire strippers will go off. If I'm within 6 inches of this bundle, it goes off. I can. And if I put it back on the high sensitivity range, again, there's my neutral. Let's see if I can get it next to it. I'm trying to do it so you can see it at the same time. I've got to hold it back here. There's my neutral, 1 bar. There's my hot side, full scale. That is a nice touch. Okay, here we are back at the bench. And I should mention, these are only 10 bucks delivered from Amazon. This, if I remember right, was almost $20. And the other ones I had that weren't reliable were like $14 or $15 at the local home improvement store. And they just, I never trusted them. Plus the metal contact. Total isolation, the ability to distinguish between the hot side and the neutral side of the wire. It says 12 volts to 1000 volts is what this scale is rated for. It detects well down into 9 volts. I've got several transformers around here, what do you call them, wall warts, and I can tell whether or not they're plugged in. I've tested this on my thermostat wires. You know, that's a 24 volt system coming out of your furnace, your heating plant, or your air conditioning, or your heat pump, whatever you have. Typically 24 volts AC. Very reliably triggers on the 24 volts when it's set on the 12 to 1 kV range. Your doorbell runs, what, 18 volts, something like that. This goes off very reliably on my doorbells. On both of them, I can, test the wires instantly. I know if they're live or dead. And my alarm system, I have a whole house alarm system I installed. Well, all of the connections, all of the keypads, they run about 12 volts, and this thing reliably tells me when I'm near that wire every single time. I've been using these now for about 3 days, doing wiring, walking around. Always had one stuck in my back pocket. It has not failed to properly indicate yet. It's the first one of these I've ever owned that was 100% reliable like that so far. And I see no reason why it wouldn't be continuously. I love the fact that the display turns to red, the tip flashes red. I've got the tone. The flashlight is that's just a really added nice benefit. Standard batteries, I cannot stand test equipment or tools that use button cells. It's okay for a pair of vernier calipers, but not for something that you're going in and using an electrical panel, something you need to rely on. A pair of these are always available, and they supply Duracells, not some offshore brand junk. Not that Duracells are the greatest thing in the world. Duracells, they have a reputation for leaking, but at least they're not offshore, you know, no-name brand. What else? I don't know. It's light. It's got a nice stiff pocket clip. I don't know what else to say about it. It has proven to be utterly reliable. I love the thing. One of these is going to go in my travel bag. Another one's going to be on my bench toolbox over here. And the third one will go out in the garage where it will live out there. If I need to do a quick electrical check out in the garage, I'll have it available. I imagine this, well, being AC, just about anything you want to test and check to see if it's live. And the fact that I can verify very quickly, you know, is my outlet wired correctly? There's my neutral. There's my hot, full scale. Now, if I had the full scale over here, I'd know the outlet was wired backwards. I don't have to carry a second tester with me to verify the hot and the neutral side. Maybe there's other ones out there that do this. I don't know. I haven't purchased one in a couple of years. But I know the two that I had in this form factor, you know, not this brand, just this form factor, were crap with a metal thing. And this thing's a piece of junk. And it costs twice what this thing does. So, thank you, TESMEN. I absolutely love this thing. It is now my favorite go-to tool for checking for live circuits. Every once in a while you stumble across a tool that just does the job. You know, it's a simple tool, but it does the job well. I'm the Radio Mechanic. Thanks for tuning in. Hope this was helpful for somebody. And again, TESMEN, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you guys know, if I didn't like it, I'd be saying it was a piece of junk. They call me the cranky old man for a good reason. Take care, stay well, see you soon.